Yes, y'all. You've been tuning into the Afro Surge Show. Ooh, my mic's a bit too loud. I got it. Yeah, thank you all for vibing with us. Tonight's guest is Arinze of Udukoro Empowerment Organization. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for having me tonight.
Hey, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Great. Everything good?
We're
We're good.
Be good.
So talk to me. What is Udukoro Empowerment Organization?
Yeah, sure. So the Udukoro Empowerment Organization is a nonprofit that provides material and educational support to children and families who are like economically challenged living in the village of Mwaya, which is in Abia State, Nigeria. So some of the support comes in the form of school donations, library donations. There's a tutoring service for some of the kids who are like struggling academically. And every Christmas there's this big benefit that happens in the village that, you know, is a great way for kids to celebrate, but it's also a good way to give them like school supplies like book bags, pencil cases, stuff like that. So that's pretty much what the organization is about.
Nice. And how did you get involved with the organization?
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story, but
Hey, we got time.
yeah, we got time. So both my parents were born in Nigeria. My mom was born in Abia State and my dad was born in Anambra. But I was born here in the U.S., but I was brought up in a Nigerian household, so I was brought up in the culture. My parents always made it a priority to kind of stress, you know, where I came from and my background and everything. So in 2008, I was like,
I gotta shout out your parents on that.
Yeah.
Shout out mom and dad for raising this man right. Making sure he grew up with the culture and
they had
represented.
But yeah, in 2008, I went back to Nigeria for the first time. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have the best time. Not that anything bad happened or anything, but
I want to hear
like, you know, as an 8-year-old, you're only obsessed with like playing video games and watching TV.
True.
And like I got there, you know, the power was pretty faulty. Like NEPA's playing games with electricity.
Oh, NEPA.
Yeah.
For those of y'all who don't know, NEPA is National Electric.
It doesn't work. That's what
Yeah.
You don't use that anymore, do you?
Yeah, they still use it.
Call something PHCN.
Oh, really? Upgraded? I hope it works right.
It still as crappy as it was when I was like a 2-year-old.
But yeah, it was also hot, and I didn't really speak the language at that time, so I was kind of embarrassed, kind of like going out with, you know, family friends and just kind of being like that person who obviously everyone knew wasn't from around there.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did enjoy was around the Christmas season, my grandma would throw this benefit together, which was just like, it was a nice way to give back to the community, and just like get all the children in the village together and just kind of celebrate. Two things that my grandma was like really passionate about was education and giving back. So, you know, my grandma really worked hard in primary and secondary school. She was able to get a scholarship here and was able to get a bachelor's and then go on with like 2 masters. So
wow.
She didn't play with the kid academics, which means my mom didn't play with the kid academics, which means all that is put on me.
All that trickled down.
Yeah, it trickled down. But, you know, I'm really grateful for it. So it's education, it was giving back. Like the opportunity that my grandma was able to get in order to study in the States, it was all through like, you know, just a learning hand from a helpful person in the village.
Nice.
So the Christmas benefit was a way to kind of combine those two things. So you have like just a big venue where all the kids in the village are invited. There's like food, games, there's an MC, DJ, talent show, all sorts of just celebration. But also at the end, you know, these kids were given a gift and also like a book bag or like a pencil case, something like that, as a way to like remind them that, you know, this is fun and game, but like in 2 weeks we're back at school.
Yeah.
You know, we're right back to school. So yeah, that was really nice.
Rude awakening.
Rude awakening. And, you know, most of the gifts and school supplies were stuff that like me and my brother would have like when we were younger, and we just, you know, come to Nigeria, bring those things with us and help her package it up and stuff like that. So it was like, for me, that was the best part of the trip because I really felt like I was like doing something, making a difference. And so came back to the States, you know, got older, started to not really get annoyed at those little things I do when I was 8, started to appreciate the culture more.
Didn't care about NEPA being out.
Yeah, didn't care, and found other ways to entertain myself. But my grandma, since she's retired, she stayed in Nigeria as long as she wanted, and then she'll come back here, you know, when she feels like it. But whenever she came back here, like I always talked to her about how the kids are doing, and we kind of just brainstorm ideas of like other ways we could help in the environment and stuff like that. So in 2015, I think that was my third time going down. She took me to the side and she was like, I'm thinking of starting this organization to kind of bring bigger publicity to what we're trying to do and expand on the projects. And I was just like, of course, 100%, because this is the stuff we're talking about when I'm 11, 12, 13 years old, brainstorming about. And 2015, we officially launched the Udukoro Empowerment Organization. And Udukoro comes from my grandma's father-in-law.
I was about to ask. It has to mean something.
Yeah, so Udukoro was this really selfless and just giving guy. He's pretty prosperous, I think, I want to say in the 50s, before the Biafran War. So he was this businessman, owned a lot of land, but he would always give land away to people in the village, always give them job opportunities and things like that. But then when the war hit, he kind of lost everything. He was on he was evil, so he was on the losing side or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And my grandma was like determined to keep his name relevant for as long as she could. So this was like a great way to kind of manifest that. So, yeah.
Nice. So grandma basically started this, and
an
8-year-old Arinze just kind of took grandma's coaching under his wing, and you ran with it, and you've been around since 2015, and here we are today, 4 years later.
Yeah.
What types of challenges have you faced along the way?
That's a good question. Well, I think the main challenge for me is that, I had school here. Like, I wasn't able to be in Nigeria as long as I could, because I had to be back here. And there was like a good period of time where, I made a website for the organization and tried to help here and there, but like it was that pushed to the side, not because I wanted it to, but just because there are other priorities.
Yeah.
And so, it was definitely a challenge balancing like schoolwork and the organization. But I will say that earlier in the year, unfortunately my grandfather passed away. So
my condolences.
Yeah, thank you. But basically, I remember I was, in my dorm getting ready for practice. And then my mom calls me to tell me the news, and I was just kind of like blanked out, you know what I mean? Because this is a guy that he's also a really selfless person, provided for a lot of people. And I grew pretty close with him because the older he got, I started having to look after him more.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that, on these family trips, I'm taking care of him, making sure he gets from point A to point B. So it was it hit deep when he passed away. And I just remember laying on my bed and thinking I want to be able to, when my story's said and done, be able to say other people, kind of have something to remember me by, just like the way he kind of affected everybody in the community. So I remember after that, I just 100% just went into the organization, finished the website, started reaching out on my campus, just really tried to just expedite the process,
get the name out there, yeah.
Get the name out there.
And how's that been going for you?
I mean, I'm here.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Through a series of connections and things like that. I'm just so grateful. But I've been talking to my grandma on the phone. Fortunately, she's coming back for
shout out, Grandma.
Yeah.
I hope she gets to see this video.
For some other events we got planned this summer, but I'm just trying to get the name out there as much as I can. Hopefully get people invested and just keep doing the things that we're doing.
Yeah, nice. So you do your drives, you collect school supplies, library supplies. How do you generally source for the supplies you take back home, and how do you get them there?
Got it. So, I told you about the first time this happened, 2008. Basically, that was just so I have a lot of younger cousins, Okay. So we just had supplies and toys and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Every time, we would be a family trip to Nigeria, so we bring our stuff, and grandma
like 2 suitcases.
Yeah. Yeah. She was if you guys can, bring as much toys that you guys don't want anymore, supplies you don't want anymore, so we could put it for the organization. So that's what we do over and over and over again. But resources run out. You're not young forever, so
It was all gone.
Yeah, it was all gone. So a lot of the stuff was coming out of her pocket, unfortunately. And it was going well for a while, but with the funeral and everything, like the financial burden started to like come in really, really heavily. So that's why, like, for me, I was just like, I gotta, my grandma's just being like so selfish and just trying to help out. Like, it has to be more that we can do because, like, she can't do this forever. So that's why I just started trying to fundraise as much as I could, get people involved. And this is kind of like all new to me as well because I don't have experience. Like, I didn't take a class.
I would say you're doing very well from what I've seen. So
appreciate it. Yeah,
kudos to you.
So like a lot of stuff is just learning on the go, but through like trial and mistakes and stuff like that, like you start to pick up on things. So right now we're just focused on like raising money for the GoFundMe page, and there'll be like a drive that'll happen later this summer that I'll talk about later in the interview. But yeah, basically it's just like anybody who's open to donate, like we're open arms.
Yeah, definitely. So you have a GoFundMe, knowing the plans on collecting like supplies because you gotta work also.
I mean, yeah, the GoFundMe is just for like the amount that I put on the page was like $3,119, and that's just like I put that there because if you go like 3/1/19, that's the date that my grandfather passed away. So it was like a quick thing, and I just felt like for the immediate goal, which was a Christmas benefit, it was like a good amount of money that we had to like get a DJ, get an MC, make sure the compound was clean, get all the attention chairs that we usually get. And then get the supplies. So the immediate goal for like the near future is just that Christmas benefit, and hopefully to reach that 3,119 to kind of like have that secured. And then when my grandma gets back here, like it's just back to the drawing board. So like what we're doing for like the tutoring service that'll happen next year, and the library and school donations that'll continue to happen. But the nearest project is the benefit, so that's what we're going to focus on.
All right, and that's happening in December of 2019.
December 2019, I'll be flying back.
All right. So, is there anything else you'd like our listeners to know about Udukoro Empowerment Organization? Perhaps a question I missed.
Well, I mean, you guys could all check it out.
Okay.
Check out the website, udukoro.org, udukoro.org. And if you click on Take Action, it'll direct you right to the GoFundMe page. Any donation, it really helps. It really helps the cause. And on August 3rd, I'll be in New York at the Igbo Community Center in Queens, and we're gonna try to like throw a big gala, a big celebration that everyone's invited to, kind of like the Christmas benefit, but right here, and hopefully like everybody can come out. There's gonna be food, drinks, games, dancing, all that type of stuff. Just like have a good time and support a good cause. And then on August 10th, I'll be at the African Festival of Boston with Grandma this time. So that'll be a nice way to. Yeah, she'll be pulling up. Yeah,
we'll be there too.
So she'll be pulling up and able to speak more to the organization herself, but those are like the immediate plans, and that's like the easiest way to get involved.
All right, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Arinze from the Udukoro Empowerment Organization. You can hit them up online, udukoro.org. That is udukoro.org. You're gonna find all the links on how you can donate and make a difference in someone's lives. Those little toys you don't want, those pencils, those books, those book bags, those shoes. We're taking it all. More importantly, the Udukoro Empowerment Organization is going to be live at the African Festival of Boston. You can get a whole lot more information from them. You can get to meet Grandma as well. I'm excited to meet Grandma. Yes, Arinze, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Ain't nobody but I want for no one. I just want everything I put my hands on your body. Don't be scared, don't you worry. I want for no one.
Alright, we definitely want to shout out what's special. Special shout out to Ray Shy.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my best friend Rashad, upcoming music producer, all his recent information at RashadProductions.com. He kind of made this beat right here too, so excited to see what he can do.